Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Good morning. Glad you're with us here on a Monday morning. Warm weekend, certainly. Went up to mow the grass Saturday, and it's one of those where you're like, I'm sorry, neighbors. It's got to be this early. Yes. Any later, I can't take it.
It wipes you out for the rest of the day almost if you do it in the heat of the day, that's for sure.
You know who else beating the heat this morning? A lot of football players around the metro. Yes. They could start practice at midnight, and we know at least Mustang, Choctaw taking advantage of it. They're trying to beat the heat.
Smart.
That's right. And get some excitement about this season because it is going to be here before you know it. School starts this week. It's an exciting time here in the metro, Lacey.
It definitely is. Some of the districts went to school last week, so we'll talk about the bus stop forecast for those districts coming up. We're also talking about the first day of school for Oklahoma City Public Schools coming up on Wednesday. Now, overnight, we had some loud storms. They were noisy. They were severe. We had some winds over 60 miles per hour, some quarter to golf ball size hail, and some flooding that is ongoing. Significant amounts of rain, but this is letting up now as the system pivots overhead. Still getting a couple showers and a weak cold front that's making its way in. That's rain-cooled air rushing into the metro. We're getting a north wind now. That's that bow of the line that you see coming right through the heart of the Oklahoma City metro. North winds taking hold. We've had a couple sprinkles, a few showers tried to develop in and around this boundary, but mostly the roadways are dry. We might get a couple sprinkles near Richland, El Reno, Dedmon. Rain going on up near Guthrie. Now just showers from Alva and Freedom. Your rain is ending, but from Medford to Renfro, there are a few areas that picked up over 8 inches of rain. 8 inches overnight. Significant flash flooding possible in isolated areas north of Medford, south of Renfro, and now the rain is starting to let up in that area. Thunderstorms from Billings to Perry, back over to Scheidler, and a couple showers have taken off back near Hobart, and a few sprinkles near Cheyenne. So 30% chance of light rain this morning in OKC. Talk about rain-cooled air. It's in the low 60s in far northwest Oklahoma versus mid-70s across the metro. Winds are coming around out of the north behind that boundary, and this afternoon there'll be a stalled boundary to our north that I think will spark more thunderstorms later today. We'll talk about who sees those storms later today and tonight. Highs in the 80s. How does that sound? That's on your 9-day, and what to expect at the bus stop. It's all coming up.
Lacey, thank you. A house fire breaks out overnight on the northwest side of Oklahoma City. It all happened around 4:30 this morning near Northwest 7th and Western. Crews say that a small pile of trash was burning inside the boarded up home.
Crews were able to quickly gain entry and extinguish the fire. We're in the process of doing an overhaul at this time.
Crews say that nobody was in the home, but right now they're investigating how exactly that fire got started.
Oklahoma Highway Patrol says a 17-year-old boy drowned in McCurtain County just north of Broken Bow. This happened at about 1 p.m. on Saturday. Troopers say the teenager jumped into Spillway Creek, started to struggle, and was overtaken by the current. His name has not been released. In Oklahoma City, a man is shot and killed on the northeast side at an apartment complex. The shooting happened Saturday afternoon near Northeast 4th and Lacie. Police say when they got there, they found the man on the 4th floor of the apartment. He was taken to the hospital and died from his injuries. Officers believe this all started from an argument.
They believe that maybe someone had been arguing and then shots rang out, and that's when officers were called.
We spoke with the victim's family. They did not want to go on camera, but tell us they think that he was coming to visit his brother who lives at the apartment complex, and maybe someone followed him there. Police are investigating that claim. At last check, no arrests have been made, and police tell us they're looking for cameras that may have caught the shooting.
There are still a lot of unanswered questions about what happened in Dedmon at Arcadia Lake. Police find a woman's body dead in the road. It was an officer who found the woman's body there near 15th and Air Depot early Saturday morning. Investigators blocked off the area. They were processing the scene. At this point, police are investigating and should have more information about what happened, who this woman is, later today from Dedmon PD. Now, we can tell you another story we are watching. A Metro pediatrician arrested for the death of her 4-year-old little girl in Florida will be in court today in Florida. Dr. Nia Gupta's attorneys filed a written not guilty plea for her last week after her charges were downgraded from first-degree murder to aggravated manslaughter. So because of this, Dr. Gupta is no longer eligible for the death penalty if convicted. Prosecutors have filed a motion to keep the Oklahoma City doctor in prison ahead of her November trial date in Florida. A hearing on that will be at 1 o'clock today.
6:05 your time right now. Let's get a check of traffic. Taking a live look here on the Lucky Star Skycam network. So far on all your major interstates and highways, no major problems to report this morning. We do want to tell you we're hearing reports of a crash possibly involving a motorcycle. This is in Moore, right near Southeast 19th Street and Crystal Drive. We have a crew that is headed there right now. We're going to be working to get those details, exactly what happened. Again, this Southeast 19th Street in Moore. We'll keep you posted as those details come in. A former payroll director at Mustang Public Schools is now heading to prison for stealing more than $500,000 from the district. News 9's Lisa Monahan joins us here live in studio this morning with the details. Lisa?
Well, Colby, federal prosecutors say Kim Weinrich, the former director of payroll services, used her position to rig the payroll system, stealing taxpayer money intended for students and their education. And they say she got away with it for years, boosting her own paycheck while shortchanging other employees. District leaders say internal checks uncovered the scheme in 2022. Now, Mustang Public Schools quickly turned over that information to authorities. And following a joint investigation by the U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, and the IRS, Weinrich pleaded guilty to wire fraud and filing a false tax return. She will now spend 18 months in a federal prison and be forced to pay back nearly $600,000, including $470,000 to the Mustang Public School District. Superintendent Charles Bradley says this incident does not define Mustang Public Schools, but rather demonstrates our resolve to protect the resources entrusted to us by our community. Moving forward, we'll continue to prioritize strong financial oversight and safeguard the public trust that is essential to our mission. Now, the superintendent added that the district has extra safeguards in place to protect taxpayer dollars that are meant for the students in the classroom. That includes dividing up payroll duties so that no one single person has full control over the district's payroll system going forward. Colby.
Lisa, thank you. The district is also reimbursing Mustang employees that were impacted whose tax withholdings were altered as part of the scheme.
For the first time, we are hearing from State Superintendent Ryan Walters since his press conference calling 2 Board of Education members liars and demanding their resignations. Last month, board members Becky Carson and Ryan Deathridge reported seeing nude women on Walters' office TV during a Board of Education meeting. Walters accused them of conspiring with Governor Kevin Stitt to try to bring him down. House Speaker Kyle Hilbert said last week he now believes the TV automatically played a 1980s Jackie Chan movie with full frontal nudity scenes. The speaker says this vindicates the superintendent and the board members. We asked Walters if he now plans to apologize to the board members for what he said.
I've made my comments. We're moving forward. I'm going to have the best school year ever. We are working to make sure that our schools are as successful as possible for our kids.
Meanwhile, Oklahomans gathered at the state capitol over the weekend calling for the impeachment of Superintendent Walters. Many say they want him out as Oklahoma ranks among the worst in the nation for public education for the 3rd year in a row. This rally at the Capitol comes just 2 days before Metro districts head back to school this week.
It's happening for so many students. I mean, districts, Moore's going back tomorrow, OKCPS Wednesday, Edmond Thursday. Pretty much everybody's getting in on it right now.
Oh, yeah, it's a big week for sure, and we're eyeing that back-to-school forecast. Lacey's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Before we go, how we doing, Lace?
No extreme heat, guys. That's the good news. Now, it's August. It's still going to be hot, but actually below average temperatures after a weak cold front is making its way in. It's really outflow from overnight storms. We'll talk about what to expect today, tracking rain on Next Gen Live. There's a live look right now, and your Metro planner shows temperatures in the 70s. Might have a couple showers in the Metro this morning. Higher storm chances this evening and tonight. That's all coming up. We got more for you right after this break.
I want to take you to some breaking news on the road in Moore. You're looking live at a pretty bad crash that has a large first responder presence here. This is just east of I-35 at Crystal Drive and Southwest 19th. You can see some gas stations in the background. This call came out as a motorcycle crash, and we did see a motorcycle in the video there, also trying to figure out if there are any injuries. A lot of police officers there as well as firefighters, and they brought in an ambulance. So traffic is getting by right there on Southwest 19th. I-35's just off to the west. And there's the bike right there. So we're trying to figure out, was anyone injured and how this happened? But if you're traveling through Moore, that's what's happening right now at Southwest 19th, just east of I-35, close to the gas stations right there. We'll be asking some more questions and bring you an update from Moore here in just a moment.
Still so early out there this morning. That bus stop forecast, you got to watch those school zones too, because things are changing. We have hundreds of thousands of kids going back to school across the state starting this week.
Yeah, it's a good thing to be mindful of, especially if you haven't been used to it all summer long, right?
That's right.
Get back into that mindset, back to the grind, back to the exciting time of year for so many of the kiddos, especially those first days of school. We're always so excited for those. Breaks the heart of the parents every single time. But we love your pictures. Send them to us. This is pre-K. This is so stinking cute. Union City from Friday. Look at Caroline.
How cute.
A little sass there. We love it. Sunny days ahead for pre-K 2025. Is she not the cutest thing ever? So heading into the first day of school versus in Fort Cobb, this is Jenica, first day of senior year. And I love this trend of painting the jeans. It's always so cool. Send me your pictures of your kiddos, of your family getting ready, gearing up for the 2025-2026 school year. Here is the bus stop forecast. Now we're tracking some rain this morning, depending on your location. I'll show you statewide radar in just a minute. We have a couple sprinkles in the Oklahoma City metro area, 83 degrees by midday, and then 90s. It'll be hot coming home from school today. Northern and northwestern Oklahoma only in the 80s. Now for folks traveling around, we are breaking daylight. A little bit of light out there, but be very careful from Renfro to Medford to Newkirk, where flash flood warnings are in effect. This part of the state to the north has picked up 8 to almost 9 inches of rain in a very isolated location. A lot of rain has fallen across northern Oklahoma, 2 to 4 inches in spots from Capron to Freedom. Storms were severe overnight, had some quarter to golf ball size hail near Medford in the evening yesterday, and then overnight some 60 to 65 mile-an-hour winds. There's the rainfall totals, radar estimates of this bullseye north of Lamont, north of Medford, between Medford and Renfro, along and east of Highway 81. That is a lot of water, and it has got to be standing in that location, so be careful. 4 to 5 inches from Newkirk to Blackwell to Bremen. Those storms were pretty much stationary through the evening, finally fizzled overnight, and then more heavy rain fell with the complex that came in from the northwest. Now here's what radar looks like this morning. Showers to the east, couple sprinkles to the south, some light rain developing in the west, and then we got a couple of isolated showers from Hobart to Altus to Clinton. Meanwhile, see the green coming into the Oklahoma City metro? That's a north wind coming out of that big complex of storms that's dying in northern Oklahoma. That's what we call a gust front approaching Will Rogers World Airport as we speak. And then as it moves in, watch how the little showers start to take off. So we may see that develop with a few sprinkles across the Oklahoma City metro through the morning. Alva to Capron, light rain, and the thunderstorms are ongoing from Billings to Perry to Ponca City, winding down now, and that'll be done in like the next hour. So a couple pop-up showers from Hobart to Cooperton. Oh, strike of lightning now north of Tipton. Little thunderstorm down there. So some heavy rain to the north, but winding down. 30% chance of rain in OKC. And we are currently dry on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. We have the north breeze on our Integris Cam. It is 75 currently, upper 70s to the south, but temps are dropping. Kingfisher, you've now fallen to 69 versus lower and mid 60s, rain cooled air in northwest Oklahoma. Highs in the lower and mid 80s for folks in the north, significantly cooler than yesterday. 91 in OKC, mid 90s to the south, and you can see on water vapor imagery the complexes of storms popping up. We'll have more storms today, more storms tonight across Oklahoma. It's a soggy pattern and a cooler pattern. We're watching the tropics. We are now in what was getting closer to the peak of hurricane season. It looks like a hurricane will try to develop out of this off the coast of Africa later today into tonight. Is a likely chance that becomes a named storm. And where does it go from there? All eyes always on the tropics watching these storms, because if they come into the Gulf, that could have big impacts on our weather. That one looks to stay out over the open waters of the Atlantic, but we will see. It's something we're watching. Of course, we'll be watching very close to home later today for a few showers and storms to fire up between 4 and 6 o'clock. A few storms take off to the north. Here's future next gen. Those will press to the south, bringing rain chances 40 to 60% this evening and tonight in Oklahoma City. And then more storms develop after midnight. It'll be great rains. Some areas picking up 1 to 2 inches, locally 3 inches of rain. And especially for folks up north, that could lead to some more flooding. We'll watch for that. By tomorrow afternoon and evening, may pick up a few more showers to the south. So statewide chances 40 to 60% this afternoon and evening. One or two of the storms this afternoon could produce 60 to 65 mile-an-hour winds. Rain chances up to 60% overnight tonight. It does look wet and might be wet for the morning drive for your Tuesday. Temps in the 60s and 70s tonight, and then highs for tomorrow will be in the mid-80s, some low 90s, so below average, still warm. And for the first day of school for Oklahoma City Public Schools, 89 degrees on Wednesday, and the mid-90s are coming back. And that's your 9 day. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Lacey, thank you. A group of Metro middle schoolers enjoys a fun day of STEM lessons and walks away with an amazing souvenir, free laptops.
Oh, yeah, they'll want to go every year, right, with something like that. Our Brianna Brown takes us inside the generous giveaway.
Metro middle schoolers signed up for a day of exploration into various STEM careers, and they ended up going home with an extra tool to keep them on track just in time for the new school year.
Trying to spark that interest in science and trying to foster the next generation of science innovators.
While summertime may be a break from the classroom, that doesn't mean the opportunity to learn stops.
We focus around the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics that involve STEM, and it brings the opportunity for the community to get more involved together and to uplift our students that will be joining the workforce here in Oklahoma in the future.
Boosting digital literacy for lower-income students is the goal for the Huff Ear Institute's free science day camps. With the help of partners like AT&T, Metro students who attended the OKC OSU camp went home powered up with more than just lessons.
These laptops that we're giving them, they're not just gifts, but they're an investment in their future because they can't grow and they can't learn and if they don't have the tools to do so and to succeed.
Now, this is an opportunity organizers want to continue with plans of expanding to a multi-day camp to reach more students and spark more interest. In Oklahoma City, Brianna Brown, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
AT&T has distributed more than 600 computers to students and their families all across Oklahoma since 2021.
I want to take you back to more for this breaking news, this crash involving a motorcycle and at least one vehicle. They are talking to everyone at the scene involved. More police are kind of dictating traffic around this area. This is on Southwest 19th at Crystal Drive, basically Southwest 19th just east of I-35. That is the motorcycle that was involved. As far as the car, we saw some damage on the rear passenger side. We're asking about injuries. As soon as we get those details, we'll bring it to you. But if you're in Moore on 19th Street, that's what happened. A crash involving a motorcycle and a vehicle. Back with more after this. You're watching News 9.
All right, who's ready for high school football?
Let's go.
Fall football camp is officially underway across Oklahoma for the 9th year in a row. Choctaw High School, the football team, started practice at midnight, hitting the field the very first second allowed. It's a tradition that the community and players have definitely come to love.
I think it's great. It's awesome. All the guys are pumped. Adrenaline's going, working out hard. You don't see that in a lot of programs, working out hard at 12 at night. I like it because the kids like it. You know, truthfully, I'd be in bed many hours ago. You know, I'm more of an early riser, but the kids like it, gets something excited about. As you can see, the community gets really involved in it. There's, you know, several hundred, if not maybe 1,000 people here that come out to watch us every year. So it's a really cool event for our community.
Let's go. Football season is here. They were doing the practice at Choctaw and at Mustang early this morning. And with high school football starting across Oklahoma, we are counting down the top 10 players in the state of Oklahoma this year. Our number 10 player will be revealed tonight at 10 p.m. Make sure you tune in to see who it is.
Oh, to be young again. Yes, be able to practice and coordinate your body at midnight.
Yes.
All of us will be hitting the wall if we try to get out of bed at midnight.
And they'll probably be practicing later today, too, in the heat.
Yeah, those teens.
Hit the wall at like 8 p.m. I don't think I can handle midnight. The outdoor forecast, Lacey, what you got for us this morning?
Look at this, Mama. I just love this picture so much. Let's take a moment here to realize what is happening to this sweet Mama.
Her face.
Her ears back. It's just whatever. I'm here.
4 babies?
Are they quadruplets? Did 2 deer come up? I have no clue what happened, but all babies.
Is it all the kids in the
going at
neighborhood?
it.
It's all the kids in the neighborhood.
And she's just like, okay, whatever, guys. And you can tell they're pretty big, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Fawns are getting pretty big. So, Jerry, thank you so much for sending us that picture. We love Oklahoma wildlife so much. Today, we're tracking rain. We've had some very heavy rain, some flash flooding to the north. I'll show you radar, highs in the low 90s. More storms later today. I'll have that for you coming up.
Lacey, thank you. I want to take you back to this breaking news here in Moore, Southwest 19th, just to the east of I-35. A crash involving this car you see getting loaded onto a flatbed here, as well as a motorcycle. We're told by Moore police that the motorcyclist does have injuries. We don't know the extent of those injuries at this point, but you can see the motorcycle has been loaded up onto a separate flatbed. So they're working to clear this. Again, Southwest 19th Street at Crystal Drive, so just east of I-35. We're going to continue to talk to investigators, find out exactly what caused this crash and the extent of those injuries, but they're working to get it cleaned up right now. We'll have more ahead. Back after this.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9 this morning.
Welcome back. We do have a little bit of commotion down in the Moore area this morning. You are looking live. This is right at Southwest 19th and Crystal Drive. There was a motorcycle and car involved in a wreck just about 30 to 40 minutes ago. They're trying to clear the scene so the traffic can get through. At this point, we're trying to ask about the extent of injuries. The motorcyclist was possibly hurt and maybe another person injured. But another part is just the traffic there. This is basically east of I-35 at Southwest 19th. So just a heads up if you're in that area. It's kind of a popular drive as folks try to make their way either under I-35 or get back up on the interstate. So we'll continue watching that for you here on a Monday morning.
Boy, the last day for more students heading back to school tomorrow.
Yeah.
So hopefully Lacey Swope's got a nice forecast dialed up. Let's find out. She's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Hey, Lacey.
Good morning, guys. This morning, we've got a few showers. Tomorrow morning, we'll have some rain as well, but that's going to help keep those temperatures down. So instead of the extreme heat, we're not seeing that because look at the skies right now. This is our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. The views across the state are beautiful. Some hot pink showing up. Look at the Norman Cam. Traffic on I-35 flowing fine, but the clouds are here because the storms that we have seen overnight. Some areas have picked up 6 to 7 to 8 inches of rain in north central Oklahoma. Flash flood warnings in effect from Medford to Renfro up in Grant County. Heavy rain, a few severe storms overnight. Nothing severe now. And here's a live look on radar. The boundary that is outflow from those storms overnight, that complex has shoved rain-cooled air through the metro. That's the line you're seeing. A few spotty showers to the west and thunderstorms to the north. So on Next Gen Live, you can see a couple sprinkles, some spotty light rain. It is not widespread and is not amounting to much in the rain gauges. Zooming in on the metro, there's the north wind now at O-Trip to Tinker, back to McLeod and Tuttle, and that'll cool us off. Temperatures have dropped a couple more degrees with that boundary moving in. Rain's trying to end in the far northwest, still tracking heavy rain from Ponca City to Newkirk to Perry. That is heading up to the north, and a few spotty showers from Thomas to Clinton back down to Tipton. So spotty showers still possible, but rain chances are winding down. That boundary is moving in behind it 60s, ahead of it mid-upper 70s, and we'll have a chance for more storms later today. A few of them could produce some damaging winds, a low severe threat, and I'm expecting widespread rain tonight. More on those chances and how much we're expecting coming up.
Promise you I'll shoot you. Got him at gunpoint right now.
Oklahoma City police releasing the body camera footage of a suspect surrendering to officers last month. Police say Zachariah Mills was reportedly waving a gun near Southeast 44th and I-35. There's the gun. They say he ran when officers approached him. An officer fired his gun while chasing him, but no one was hit. Mills eventually surrendered. Officers now say his gun was fake. They thought it was a real one. He was booked for possession of a firearm. A Metro family of 3 taken to the hospital after a rollover crash on I-44. This happened Saturday morning on I-44 near Southwest 149th Street. Investigators say the family was driving in a pickup when they rear-ended a van. The truck lost control and rolled over. We're told the family is expected to be okay. No one else was hurt.
Oklahoma City police say a burglary at a northwest Oklahoma City apartment complex led to a man getting shot and killed And now we know the names involved. It was Thursday night near Northwest 50th and May. Police say Taylor Brannon broke into an apartment and assaulted Savon Miller, and Miller kicked Brannon out of the apartment. Officers say Brannon came back with another person, and that person shot and killed Miller. Police say that second person, though, that suspect is on the run. Brannon was arrested on murder and burglary charges as well. A nearly month-long search for an armed carjacking suspect in Norman is over. Police say last month Michael Schmidt pulled a gun on a woman in a CVS parking lot, took her car keys, and drove off in her car. Officers say the victim was not hurt. Schmidt was booked into jail last week on robbery and possession charges.
I want to take you back to this breaking news, getting some new information. This motorcycle crash in Moore. We're now learning that the motorcyclist was taken to the hospital with injuries. At this point, you can see they have just cleared the street. The car that was involved with this motorcycle crash was just towed away on the flatbed. So this is at Crystal Drive in Southwest 19th. It looks like eastbound traffic is just now opening back up as they are working to clear this, and it looks like the officers just now are leaving. But again, a motorcyclist is injured after a crash with a driver in Moore, Southwest 19th Street. A $2.7 billion bond package will soon go up for a vote in Oklahoma City. Now, one portion of this bond is $175 million. It would build more affordable housing. The city is already tackling this issue with the Key to Home program, which is aimed at getting people off of the streets and into homes. A spokesperson says with this bond, it can make an even bigger impact.
A percentage of that, $50 million, is allocated to affordable housing. And that's housing that we hope will keep people out of homelessness.
Now, majority of the $2 billion bond is for critical infrastructure with street and bridge improvements. There are 547 projects in all. Keep in mind the election for this bond, October 14th.
A record number of runners packed downtown Oklahoma City for the 12th annual Project Life 5K and 1 mile run or walk. It's all for a good cause. The Oklahoma City Fire Department organized the Saturday races. The proceeds allow the department to buy working smoke alarms that they can then give to Oklahoma City residents for free.
We're here for you if you need us, and we're so happy to be a part of this community. And if you need anything from us, just let us know.
The fire department says more than 500 people participated in the Project Life run.
All right, big changes to the big house at the fairgrounds. The roof of the historic Jim Norick Arena at State Fair Park will be imploded tomorrow morning. It's the old arena. The city of Oklahoma City says former Mayor Ron Norick will be on hand at 7:30 Tuesday morning to push the button of the building that bears his father's name. The blast is expected to take just 1 second. The nearly 60-year-old arena was replaced by the new OG&E Coliseum.
Oh, kind of bittersweet.
I wish we could just keep them both there.
I know.
Like, it's the old and the new. Everyone would be happy.
Everybody's happy. I know. Just the demolition, though, the implosion. I bet a lot of people show up to see it.
Yeah, and the question that I have, they're very close together. The new building and the old building. I wonder if that's part of the reason.
Very controlled.
If it takes more than a second, then we should be a little worried.
Yeah. I think we'll be streaming it live tomorrow morning at 7:30 in the morning. We'll have our crews out there.
A lot of people like to watch demolitions.
I know. Why is that?
You don't get to see a controlled explosion very often. So
there's something in all of us
I'm
that we
telling
kind of like to see it.
Oh, the big house. That's a long story.
A lot of memories there, that's for sure. All right, we've got to move to the Bob Mills Weather Center this morning. And Lacey, Swope, is it going to rain in the metro later today?
We've got a couple sprinkles in the metro right now. And then, yes, later today, rain chances, they are going up. A 40 to a 60% chance later into your evening and tonight. By tomorrow morning, we will likely see widespread rain and thunderstorms. Sun comes up this morning at 6:47. We are tracking rain on Next Gen Live, and your Before You Go forecast. We're warming to 80 by 10 a.m. How hot today, and what about those rain chances? It's coming up.
All right, welcome back. 6:45, your time right now. We're Looking at maybe some rain today, which I feel like was needed. It's been so hot and dry.
Yesterday, it just seemed like it was just...
It was cooking.
Yeah.
It's been cooking for a while. That's for sure. We had a lot of rain overnight. Some areas picked up way too much water in a short period of time. Radar estimates are over 8 inches of rain near Renfro. Some pretty big hail, some gusty winds,
right?
all to the north. We've got a couple sprinkles in the metro right now, but it's not amounting to much. Maybe kind of a little bit to wet your windshield. That's about it. Due to the lightning and the thunder, we have had some power outages. Now that number has gone up. 600 customers without power up in Garfield County, 200 in Payne County, 200 outages in Noble County. And for today, it's going to be a hot day, but not nearly as hot as where we've been due to a boundary moving in. Yes, a weak cold front, but that did spark those storms. And yesterday, they were rocking and rolling with severe weather, quarter to golf ball size hail near Medford. That cell went up and it just rained itself out. And that's what led to the significant amounts of water. Had another complex move through overnight and early this morning. But look at the hail, damaging hail. Thank you, Trevor, for sending that picture. So the advisories this morning, there is a flash flood watch that's in effect. That's going to go through tonight because we're expecting more rain for you folks in northern Oklahoma this evening and tonight. And there has just been too much water in a short period of time. From Renfro to Medford, back to Blackwell and Newkirk, where flood warnings are still in effect at this hour. So be very careful traveling. Here's how much rain has fallen. Now we've got a sprinkles in the metro. That's been it versus an inch to an inch and a half from Buffalo to Freedom. Close to 4 inches near Alva and Capron. 3 to 4 inches from Helena to Medford. And then you get just north of Medford where the reds go to the purple. Now some of this is going to be contaminated with hail, and sometimes that disrupts the amounts, but easily 6 to 7 inches of rain fell in that isolated area in far northeast Grant County. Also into Kay County, 4 to 5 inches of rain has fallen. Those storms were just stationary. Then the next complex moved in overnight and moved over those same areas. That's what's left of the rain. So as you're waking up on your Monday, this is what radar looks like. A few showers in the west. The cold front has moved through Oklahoma City. It is pressing through more and it'll make it to Norman. We got a couple sprinkles to the south, and the rain to the north is winding down. There's the boundary moving in. A few showers near Colony. Might have a sprinkle or two going on near Choctaw and Fowler. That's Next Gen Live showing you what's going on. The rain's ending in the northwest and now pushing out of Billings up to Ponca, and that'll be the last bit of rain for the next several hours in northern Oklahoma, and a few showers back to the west and southwest. So we'll keep a slight chance of rain in for the next few hours. It is ending up to the north. We've got cloudy skies on our Lucky Star Skycam network, and now a north wind at the airport. Very light. Temps are in the mid 70s, but it's 69 in El Reno, 68 in Woolhall, lower mid 60s in northwest Oklahoma with the boundary around. This first boundary presses to the south and just washes out. So south breeze returns. Another boundary comes in and stoles to the north later today. That keeps you in the 80s in northern Oklahoma, upper 90s still to the south, but more storms fire up, and those storms erupt between 4 and 6 p.m. likely north of the metro, but then drift to the south. And any storm that fires up this evening will have the chance to produce some 60 to 65 mile an hour winds. And the jet stream winds are coming out of the northwest, and that's just going to allow these storms to develop off and on. We don't have the heat dome overhead anymore. The heat dome is now over California. It's a long way away, and we will have below average temperatures coming up. Here's what we're expecting radar to look like into the afternoon. We may not have this many storms, but a few storms try to take off. Might produce some damaging winds, some pockets of heavy rain. As they drift to the south, they will weaken this evening, and then we'll have more rain develop in the north and the west tonight, and that spreads across the state, dumping 1/2 inch to 2 inches of rain locally. That fizzles out with a few more storms by tomorrow afternoon down to the south. So it's a good pattern to be in for August. We do need the rain, a 60% chance of it going on this evening, tonight, into early tomorrow morning. Temps in the 60s and 70s tomorrow, and then highs for tomorrow will be in the 80s. Tomorrow, more public schools. You head back. It's the first day. I do think we'll see some rain around early for the bus stop forecast for the end of the day, upper 80s, and this is a very slight chance of afternoon showers for your Tuesday. Now, Wednesday, Oklahoma City public schools head back, and many more districts across the metro and the state will start in the 70s for the first day of school, upper 80s, and a slight chance of rain. It's a great forecast. By the way, the record is 100 107 on Wednesday. So we're nowhere near records, mostly dry, partly cloudy skies, and then the heat builds. Mid-90s by the end of the week, mid-90s into the weekend are coming back. Back to you guys.
Well, Norman students go back to the classroom this Wednesday, and Norman Public Schools is offering a free breakfast and free lunch at 9 additional schools this year for the schools that are participating. The district says it's thanks to the federal program. Norman Public Schools says the expansion was approved before State Superintendent Ryan Walters ordered requiring all schools to provide free meals for every student.
Artificial intelligence, or AI, is rapidly changing the way we live our lives. So how are school districts incorporating the technology? News 9's Kylee Dedmon visited 2 metro districts to see what students can expect. She's live in studio. Good morning, Kylee.
Good morning, Lacey. The days of overhead projectors and paper planners are giving way to smart tools and AI-powered solutions, proving that education, just like technology, is always evolving.
All AI is, it's you to the AI power. It just amplifies what you're able to do as a teacher.
From chalkboards to chatbots, Oklahomans are embracing a new era in the classroom. Artificial intelligence isn't just a buzzword anymore. It's becoming a classroom companion, reshaping the way teachers teach, students learn, and we all connect.
So we're looking at a whole new way of teaching our kids by utilizing AI. I just have no doubt that we're going to be able to achieve levels that we never would have before prior to this technology.
Superintendent Charles Bradley at Mustang Public Schools says his district is welcoming the change.
We're approaching it as a valuable tool, but we're creating a lot of safeguards and responsibility within that.
Students won't be able to dump their research topic into ChatGPT or Google Gemini and try to get away with it as their own.
We're a Google district. They're going to create their document in Google Docs, and we have a way to find out that if something was, 800 words were copied and pasted into one document, well, that's a red flag.
Oklahoma City Public Schools are also welcoming the enhancing tool.
The overall vision with our AI regulation that we've created is to support learning, to enhance personalized learning, and to support operational efficiency too.
Teachers will be able to put their ideas of lesson plans into AI, and it will help them create the plans, giving teachers more time to learn and plan out other things during their school day.
Our most important imperative is to keep students safe, which includes student data.
And both districts are not requiring teachers to use artificial intelligence if they do not wish to.
All right, Kylee Dedmon reporting for us this morning. Kylee, thank you. By the way, Oklahoma City Public School students head back to the classroom on Wednesday. That's more than 30,000 students. To help families get ready, Superintendent Dr. Jamie Polk and school leaders are holding a news conference later this morning at 10 a.m. They plan to talk about things like enrollment, health and wellness, safety and security, and more. We'll have it for you right here. And News 9 is your hub for back-to-school information. Simply scan that QR code right here on your screen. It takes you to the link for all things like Metro school calendars, along with ways to help your kids adjust going into the new school year.
All right, let's get you out on the road safely this morning, 6:50 on our Monday morning. And there's our news tracker, Lex Stanfield. He is traveling northbound on I-35, headed towards the downtown area. There was one motorcycle crash there on I-35 right near 19th and Crystal Drive there in the Moore area. That's been taken care of. We've checked all the roads. Everyone is driving very nicely this morning. Don't forget school zones. This is a big change this week as all these students head back to the classroom. Buckle up and drive safely. Coming up, a former Sooner has an unexpected collision during a pregame season. Yes, C.D. Lamb with the Cowboys. We'll tell you how it ended coming up.
Uh-oh. Today on the Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages porch, we are headed to Metro Tech, where barber and cosmetology students are helping you get back to school ready tonight. A free back-to-school haircut event. We'll tell you all about it coming up this morning at 9 a.m.
C.D. Lamb on the sideline, Kyle.
Yeah, guys, this happened right in front of me. C.D. Lamb was celebrating.
Oh, that hurt.
Ouch.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys star, former Sooner C.D. Lamb gets run over by the ref. Look. Oh.
He needs a chiropractor after that.
Oh, this was the preseason football game between the Cowboys and the Rams. C.D. ended up getting penalized because he was in the way of the ref.
Yeah. man.
That's why the sideline rule exists.
Oh,
that
gosh,
right there.
Man.
Oof.
He seemed
Spine is
okay
not supposed to
after,
bend
but
that way.
man, that just hurts thinking about it, right?
It's like I wasn't supposed to be in any action
For
today.
the ref, that was a great takedown, though. Really good form on that. Goodness.
Oh, man, we got a lot of people going back to school, watching school zones this week. How are we doing, Lacey?
Well, we have a few showers that we're still tracking this morning to the north. Couple sprinkles, kind of hit and miss across the metro. Our chances go back up in OKC to this evening and especially tonight. So I think tomorrow morning we'll have more widespread rain. And then Wednesday is back to school for Oklahoma City Public Schools. It looks mostly dry.
All right. Can't wait for all the back to school photos. Send them to us at pics@news9.net.
And we'll show them right here on News 9. We'll see you back here at 9. Make it a great day.